So you can have a seat. Just a little announcement. So my dear faithful, I got no hard feelings to this good Father Christophe. Father Christophe tries to be obedient. So are we, you may say. So it's very sad that once again, yet again, it's always the same technique of using the sacraments, using what is sacred to blackmail the faithful into a doctrinal submission to what is not the position of Archbishop Lefebvre. So Father Christophe is welcome to come and see us, and if you want to say Mass again here, no problem. I don't think he will this week, but this is again the false obedience. Because of that, we are obliged to step in, we are obliged to provide for you, because the state of necessity continues. So we cannot leave you behind without sacraments. So tomorrow morning there will be Mass at 7 and 7:30 for you tomorrow morning. After that, Father Valan comes in and provides the Mass for you. So God provides, and then provides the continuity. Now what I would like to do, say nothing against Father Bobla, but I would like to answer an allegation of Father Couture. Father Couture tells you, look, is there anything that has changed in our predication? Anything has changed? Is there anything new? Now, if there is nothing new, you must stick with us, says Father Couture. Now, there is something which is very new, very surprising to me, which should worry us very much. We have a new Pope, Pope Francis I. This Pope was elected with the voice of, for instance, Cardinal Casper, Cardinal Mahony, Father Boff, Father of the Theology of Liberation, rejoices. Hans Kung rejoices. The darling of the Freemason. The Grand Orient in Italy published a big front page of congratulations and exultations. All the Masons are happy. He gives communion in his inaugural Mass to Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden, who are pro-abortion politicians. They're also in favor of gay marriage. He starts the inauguration Mass by praying at the tomb of St. Peter with a schismatic patriarch in full regalia, full pontifical vestments of a schismatic church. And he does plenty of scandals. He washes the feet of an apostle woman and the Muslims, 2 of them each. And he really wants to destroy the church. He wants a church without walls. And he was very scandalous. He got himself blessed by born-again ministers when he was cardinal in Buenos Aires. When the main problem of his diocese is that all his faithful are leaving the Catholic Church and they go to the born-again. The last thing to do is to get oneself blessed publicly in front of 20 born-again. And the list goes on and on. He takes the ring of Paul VI. The list goes on and on. I don't have the time for this, okay? But this Pope is not like Pope Ratzinger. Pope Ratzinger has the same idea as this Pope, yes. But this Pope really wants to flatten the Church. He really wants to destroy everything openly. Whereas Pope Ratzinger is more dangerous for us, because he looks traditional, but in fact is a modernist, just the same as Pope Francis. But this Pope is an open destroyer of the Catholic Church. So what do you do when such a scandal happens, as when Assisi I and Assisi II happened? What do you do? You have to stand. You have to denounce. Archbishop Lefebvre was extremely angry. He had a just anger when they flouted the First Amendment publicly in Assisi I and Assisi II. He was right to be angry. It's normal. It's Catholic. Doesn't mean that we don't love the Muslims and the Buddhists, no, and the Hindus. We love them. But we don't love their religion. What can we do? Now, what we have now is a new attitude. I've been checking for 1 month, ditchi.org, ditchi.com, sspx.org, La Porte Latine. I've been checking all those websites of the Society of St. Pius X. Now, Father told me just this morning, there's a big picture of Pope Francis in Mittelungsblatt, the newsletter of the Society in Germany. They endorse this Pope and they refuse absolutely to tell you what's happening. To tell you that this Pope is really bad. He's a liquidator of the Catholic Church. He's a Jesuit. We know the Novus Ordo Jesuits are the worst. So no word, no soundbite from the official Society of St. Pius X. Now, I'm not asking you to do what we did last year. We went to the archives, the previous quote of Bishop Fellay, or the actual quotes of Bishop Fellay of 2012 and 2013. He says we cannot ask them to condemn Vatican II, we cannot ask them to renounce the new Mass. That's mid-February of this year. Now, you know all this, but this is even more simple for you to understand. The change in the Society of St. Pius X. There is a refusal to look at the reality of what's happening in the Catholic Church. They refuse to see. In the past, you had special priests devoted for that purpose. My own spiritual director, Father François Pivert, his job was to read La Documentation Catholique. Another priest was reading L'Osservatore Romano. But he was peering through La Documentation Catholique, which is a newsletter in French about the speeches and the doctrinal orientation of the papacy. His job was to find the poison, then he reports to the superior of district, who puts it in a priest bulletin, and also in the Fideliter, the newsletter of the society. That was the old policy of the Society of St. Pius X. That you had priests watching the situation and informing you, because you need to be informed of what's happening in the Catholic Church. It's not enough if you just have a priest who looks very holy on the altar and he is not telling you that the ship is sinking. That's not enough. So this is a major change. I just mentioned today this one change. There's plenty of other changes. So that's my basic answer to Father Couture. You know, my dear Father Couture, you know about the rest. You know the quotes of Bishop Fellay and all that. You know. But this is a new point that has just emerged again. That is your silence, all of you superiors of the society, your silence is guilty. It's gravely culpable silence that echoes the silence of Bishop Fellay about Assisi III. In March 2011, I asked Bishop Fellay, he was visiting us in Iloilo in the Philippines, "My Lord, are you going to denounce Assisi III? The way Archbishop Lefebvre denounced Assisi I." And Bishop Fellay answered me, "No." And he was angry, "No, because we are in talks with Rome." Now, are we in talks with Rome now? Well, normally not. Officially, we are not in talks with Rome. So let us admit, the talks would prevent us somewhat. The talks are off, and they are silent. So whether the talks are on, whether the talks are off, officially or unofficially, whatever, they are not going to say what needs to be said about the state of the papacy today. This is not Archbishop Lefebvre. This is not the Operation Rescue of the Catholic Church. It's another Society of St. Pius X. And this is not me calumniating. Go on vichy.org, go on sspcx.com, go on those websites and see that there is nothing. There is nothing. I checked it when I was in Kuala Lumpur airport yesterday, or 2 days ago. I checked it. I had plenty of time to waste. So I went on those websites. There is nothing. It's a new society. They are not fighting the Novus Ordo any longer. And this is not what is going to save you. Because if now they are not antagonizing the Novus Ordo anymore, they are beginning to agree with them. Hence, the document that you must read, all of you, is the Doctrinal Declaration of Bishop Fellay of April 15th. That shows you everything. Their silence of today confirms the contents of this doctrinal, that this declaration was not withdrawn by Bishop Fellay. Because that's the next thing that Father Couture is going to tell you. He withdrew it. No, he did not withdraw it in substance. He withdrew it because he was dividing us, so-called. He never put into question the substance of this new orientation. And he allows liberalism to spread within the society, and we have plenty of cases of liberal priests in the society that are beginning to be in favor of Vatican II and the new Mass. Or, be downtoning. It's not the case of Father Christoph. That's why I don't want to antagonize Father Christoph. It is his wrong decision to leave this place. It's a wrong decision. But I still believe that Father Christoph is against Vatican II and the new Mass. I believe if he tells you so, he is right. But he's not doing anything about the general direction of the Society of St. Pius X. If there is a love for the society, something should be done. something, at least for some time, that should be done. So I believe Father Christophe is against the new Mass in Vatican II. But this is not the case anymore of his organization. It is not the case. If it were the case, they would denounce this Pope, who is, it doesn't take you much to find out how bad he is. You can find the picture of him kneeling in front of the born again. I'm not lying to you, it's easy to, well, it's not so easy to find, you've got to go on many websites. But I'm putting it together, I'll give it to you. These are facts you can find. So this silence, like the silence of the society about Assisi III, is criminal silence. Archbishop Lefebvre would have never allowed it to happen. Never. It's a new policy. There is no question about it. It is their policy. They can't deny it because this is what they do right now. I'm not referring to the past actions. Maybe the past actions, they are sorry for it or whatever, but they are not actually. But I'm referring to what's happening right now in the Society of St. Pius X. And part of this game is the blackmailing through sacraments. It's a blackmailing of withdrawing the Mass to you, which is not what should take place, which is not the way of our Lord Jesus Christ. Because we are, if we are against Vatican II and if we are against the new Mass, then we are not that criminal anyways. And we are just quoting Bishop Pelé. We are just stating what's happening. They can't deny what's happening now. They can't deny it. What we give you are the quotes of Bishop Pelé. Nothing else. We are not inventing those things. Those things fell upon us. We were doing our job everywhere we went. We obeyed faithfully. But we cannot obey to this silence. We cannot obey to this change of tack in doctrine, which is very clear. So this is what you need to tell to Father Couture. Father Couture, no. The society is different. The proof is right there, with the way you refuse to inform us about Pope Francis. That's very clear. Clear as this Tamil Nadu blazing skies. So that's why these are enough evidence and these are enough misdemeanor, uncharitable misdemeanor, because it's not only a breach against the truth that we see, but we see also a breach against the virtue of charity. Because of this breach of the virtue of charity, Father Valan is stepping in. He's stepping in. And we hope and pray that this good Father Christophe, in due time, realizes the same. The grace is not given to us at the same time. All I ask Father Christophe is not to agree with me right now about the course of action. No. All I ask Father Christophe is to still be against the new Mass and against Vatican II. And in due time, he will see the grace, he will have the grace to see that the best way to do it is to expose Bishop Pelé. Is to, without any personal hatred to Bishop Pelé. There is no hard feelings to Father Couture either. But why do they need to be so ticked, so upset? Why do they need to? I don't see the need. If they are so sure of themselves, there is no need to come down so heavily on the Indian congregation. All right? So that's all I've got to say. Father Christophe, if you wish to say some words, you are most welcome to say some words. And you're always welcome to visit us, I think, yes. Next Sunday, 11:30 Mass here. So I give you my blessing then. You can kneel down. Benedictio Deum omnipotentis, Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti, descendat super vos et maniat semper. Amen. If you wish to say something? No? Okay, all right. Okay, no pushing.
On va rester dans la France.
this evening?
I prefer it. And I think we do the Father back to home. He may not, I don't know if there's
6 heures? 6 o'clock?
maybe you have to meet with, yeah, I got to meet with Paul's. What about 7?
7?
Okay.
Passer l'appartement.
D'accord, oui. On vient, on vous cherche à la
On va manger ensemble, d'accord.
D'accord, oui.
Ça marche.
Voilà.
Then we can go to the Royal Rehab.
Le méridien.
Il faudra faire parler un peu français.
Oui,